Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel DestinyMoonTarot. In today's reading, I'm going to be finding out messages from your inner teen. I'm going to be finding out what your inner teen would like to tell you. I've already done a reading here about messages from your inner child, so this is just one step further. This is messages from your inner teenage self, and as always I have all the groups prepared for you guys to pick from. We have group number 1 with the opalite heart crystal, group 2 with the lapis lazuli heart crystal, and group 3 with the rose quartz heart crystal. So as always, you can take as much time as you need to. Pause this video if you'd like to pick either one or multiple of these groups. And once you have made your decision, you can find the timestamps that correlate to your group's reading in the description box below, as well as in the pinned comments. Hi group 1, welcome to your reading. You chose the opalite heart crystal, so let's get into your reading. Let's find out what your inner teen would like to tell you. As always, I have all of your oracle cards pre-shuffled right here, and I will also be bringing in tarot for you, but we're going to start off with these cards first. So first up we have Perthro, we have creative luck, okay, and we have aromatherapy. Okay, so group number 1, something that I'm immediately picking for you guys is that something your inner teen wants you to know is that there was something that happened in your teenage years. Maybe you were scared a lot by either your parents or by your friends and peers or by teachers, by people around you, about how things could go wrong at your age. Okay, so like maybe you were basically kind of made scared of how old you were getting. Maybe you were at that age where, like, you know, puberty had just hit, and then maybe you got the talk, and maybe that talk consisted of you just instead of educating you about how your body is changing and what your needs might be like, instead of that, maybe there was like a fear instilled in you, like, you know, if you talk to boys, you are going to get pregnant. If you stay out late, people are going to think you're up to no good. If you hang out with a certain crowd, then maybe you'll, you know, get into drugs, maybe you'll go to jail, something like that maybe is what I can see. Like there's like a fear, there's a fear that your inner child wants you to be aware of, and this fear could be something that's very much maybe brought on into your adult life as well, where you feel like there are a lot of situations or opportunities right now as an adult in your life that you either let go of, or you don't fully live up to the potential, or you don't fully, you know, harness all of your creative ideas, because somewhere there's like a lot of fear in your mind about the consequences of something. Okay, so maybe you were always encouraged as a child to follow like a certain path. Okay, maybe you were like I said, maybe there were restrictions on you, maybe you were, you know, asked to think about the consequences before you take action towards something. Okay, so even before you think about having a boyfriend, think about, you know, what his intentions are. What if he's gonna get you pregnant and leave you? What if he's going to abandon you and your child? Stuff like that. Maybe I feel like a lot of situations in your life that required you to be educated were just somehow dealt with instilling fear in you, in your inner teen. Okay, so like that's something that I'm picking up on. Like your inner teen really wants you to know that maybe right now as an adult there are a lot of situations where you act out of fear and not out of you know, fully knowing that you will be able to take on something or won't be able to take on something. Maybe you say no to a lot of things because there's a fear of how, you know, things might end up for you. With creative luck, what I can also see is that I just feel like generally in life you're being asked to not operate from a place of fear anymore. Okay, so as an adult, if there are things that you have wanted to do, suppose there's a business venture that you are wanting to invest in or go after or pursue, but there's like this childhood fear or this like teenage fear that is like pulling you back and not really letting you go in the direction where you want to go, because maybe you grew up hearing things like, no, having a 9 to 5 job is a much more stable source of income, and having like a savings account is better than having money to invest in things, because investments involve risk, and anything that involves risk should just be avoided. And maybe that's why you're not being able to live up to your potential. Yeah, so your inner child is wanting you to kind of work on maybe some memories that you have, maybe work on some fears that you have, and some like thought patterns that you have that are still stopping you from living up to your full potential. They're still kind of enabling you to work from a place of fear. Okay, there's a difference between being cautious and being fearful. Okay, when we're cautious, we are looking on both sides before crossing the road. When we're fearful, we won't cross that road at all. Even in the middle of the night, if there are no cars on that road, we will not cross that road, right? And when we're fearful, that stops us from going out into the world, exploring the other side of this road, right? But when we're cautious, we're taking our precaution, but we're still able to enjoy. And yes, I mean, even while being cautious, accidents could happen, and that is true, but like exploring the world and like pushing yourself to do something that scares you every once in a while is much better than staying stagnant, is what your inner teen wants you to know. I feel like your inner teen is really craving for adventure. It's really craving for things to do that were maybe not considered good, or were not considered like normal by your peers, or maybe your elders, family members, teachers. Okay, they just want to explore, they just want to go out. I feel like there's like your inner teen wants to go out and just have adventures, do things, make mistakes, and learn from those mistakes as well. Yeah, instead of constantly worrying about like, should I take up this opportunity, should I not? Like, when you're constantly in that limbo state, you're not growing, you're not making the decision, plus you're also constantly like pressurizing your own self, and you're also like that is affecting your mental health and your confidence also, right? When you're unable to take a decision and unable to move forward because there's like a fear of consequences or a fear of losing out on too much that's holding you back. So I think what your inner child wants you to know is that they would really like for you to just trust in luck, trust in help being given to you in times of need, so that you at least have courage to do something that's out of your comfort zone, so that you have the courage to not constantly be in a state of limbo where you're constantly only wishing and hoping and dreaming that life was different. You're not in a place where you are so caught up in making a pros and cons list about the opportunity that by the time you end up taking the decision, the opportunity has already gone. Yeah, so they want you to be a little bit more quick, be decisive, don't be impulsive, but at the same time be a little bit more quick is what your inner teen wants you to know. With aromatherapy, I'm also getting this feeling that maybe there are certain scents, maybe there are certain places that really trigger you, and you don't really like to revisit those places or those scents, but your inner teen really feels like they're missing out, and you as an adult are missing out on a lot of things because like the fear of the unknown creeps into your life very quickly, and that is something that they really want you to work on. They really want you to kind of rewire your brain in a way that things that first made them very scared, things that first seemed very scary to your brain, don't seem that way anymore. Okay, they want you to have a little bit more courage. Your inner teen wants you to have a little bit more courage, a little bit more faith that if things go wrong, help will be provided to you and that you are protected, and to, you know, go on adventures, take risks. Yeah, not be so cautious and not be so fearful constantly. Yeah, so that's a message that your inner teen is wanting to give you. Let's find out some more information from tarot. I'm going to be live shuffling the Good Karma tarot for you guys. Let's find out what else your inner teen wants you to know, group number 1. We have the 3 of Wands. Yes. Okay. We have the 2 of Wands. We have the Emperor. And we have the Page of Wands. Lots of Wands energy, lots of fiery energy. So maybe you are a fire sign, or maybe your North Node is in a fire sign. Fire signs are Leos, Aries, and Sagittarius. Your bottom deck energy is the 5 of Swords. Okay, yeah, so this is what I was talking about. There's something in the past, some maybe hidden something in your subconscious that has been maybe, you know, instilled in your subconscious. Some experience, some thought, some lessons from your teenage years that basically make you feel like you have to be very, very cautious. Like anywhere the storm is, just like, we're not going to go there. We're not going to address our shadow side. We're not going to address anything that seems a little bit scary to us, or it doesn't seem very clear to us. We're gonna just avoid it. Anything that makes sense, anything that is black or white, that's where we're going to put our energy into. Anything that is any shade of gray, or like anything that's a little bit iffy, something that we don't know how things could go, that's something that we will avoid, basically. And that's maybe like a fear that you've had, and I don't know where this fear is stemming from. I'm picking up the feeling that you were maybe, you know, instead of the elders around you, instead of people around you, instead of institutions around you educating you of what could happen if something went wrong, instead of making you cautious, they made you fearful. That's just a constant, like, reoccurring message that's popping up for me. And again, we have so many wands, like I said here, and wands represent action, taking action, not being so much in a mental state, not being so much in our own heads at all times, which is what the sword stands for in tarot. It's very like a mental energy. Instead of, you know, staying in like a fearful place in our own mind, our inner teen wants us to take action, wants us to you know, not constantly be patiently waiting for things to come to us, for things to fall into our lap, for life to go exactly how we want it to go. Not being so patient to a point where you're almost not even taking action anymore, where you're just like sitting idly and waiting for things to come up into your life or be served to you on a silver platter. And there are a lot of situations in life where these things do happen. A lot of privilege, a lot of opportunities do fall into your lap without you working very hard for it. That also happens. But I think what your inner teen is asking you to do is not to stay in this space, not to stay in this waiting stage to a point where you become incompetent, not to a point where you become complacent. yeah, that's not what they want you to do. It's like you're waiting for life to happen for you, but life is just passing you by. That's the energy that I'm picking up on here. And that's something that your inner teen really wants you to open your eyes and like look at life, you know, face life. That is what I think your inner teen wants you to do, like, you know, experience life. Don't just let life happen to you. Take active role in the life that you want to live, or the life that you currently are living. You can't sleep on your own potential and expect people to just find you, right? And that's something that your inner teen wants you to know. They want you to know that you are a very creative person. You are someone who has a lot of ideas. You are someone who definitely has major like boss potential. You can definitely get to the top. You can definitely make a name for yourself. You can definitely be like a big person, a very important person, someone who does groundbreaking things. You can go very far in your life. Is what your inner teen is saying. And they want you to realize your own potential and not be complacent, not just wait for opportunities to come into your life. They want you to go after the opportunities, okay? It is good to make a pros and cons list. It is good to do your research. It is good to you know, have all of the information and gather all the information before you take a decision. But once you take the decision, taking an action based on that decision is also important. And that's what your inner teen wants you to start doing. Start taking action, okay? Because your inner teen, I feel, just feels like maybe you're underestimating yourself. Maybe you are not really realizing that what you can do is dedicate your life, your energy, your talents into different areas and still succeed. You don't have to follow a straight path. You don't have to always follow the rule book, okay? You don't always have to follow the recipe, okay? Because that's what I'm picking up from this image. You know, when you're cooking, you don't always have to follow the recipe. Sometimes if the recipe calls for you to use 3 chilies, but you know you can't handle chilies, you can, you know, reduce the amount of chilies. If you feel like this dish can do better or will taste better with some extra herbs or some extra spices, then you can always experiment, okay? What your inner teen is wanting you to do is experiment. Don't be afraid of experimenting. Don't be afraid of taking risks. If they go wrong, they go wrong. It's fine. It's okay. You don't have to put all your eggs in one basket, okay? That is something that your inner teen is wanting you to know. So if this is, suppose, like a work situation, okay, so maybe your family or like everyone around you expected you to have a certain job at a certain age and like live life according to a timeline, but then you want to kind of, you know, explore a few other things on the way as well. Your inner teen is saying that there is an opportunity in your life for you to be able to explore those avenues. There is an opportunity in your life for you to deviate from the path a little bit, because eventually, you know, you will land on the same path. It's not like they're asking you to go completely against the grain, and I don't think that's something that you're wanting to do either. They're just asking you to be just a tiny little bit more flexible when it comes to the route that you take or how much time it takes you to get to your destination. You know, just be a little bit more flexible, you know, be okay with taking a few detours. It's not gonna hurt. You're gonna get to your destination at the end of the day. You know, it'll be more fun in this journey of life if you have not just focused on the end goal, but on the way also, you know, seen some other unexpected sights, right? I think that just makes traveling very fun, doesn't it? Like, you know, enjoying the journey. So yeah, I mean, that's just a metaphor, but yeah, connect that to your life in whatever aspect that you feel this resonates with you. But yeah, that's what your teenage self is wanting to tell you, to be a little bit more of a risk taker, to explore more, to, you know, not be so fearful anymore, to be brave, to be courageous. Yeah, to be adventurous, be open to these things, be open to life, be open to unexpected experiences. Yeah, that is what your inner teen is wanting to tell you, group number one. I think I'm gonna end your reading right here. Let me know what you thought about this reading in the comments below. If this reading resonated with you, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. If you like my energy and would like to watch more readings from me, please consider subscribing to my channel. It's free of cost and it helps me grow as a creator here on YouTube. And I'll see you all in my next one. Bye guys. Hi group 2, welcome to your reading. You guys chose this blue gorgeous lapis lazuli heart crystal. This blue at the moment is my current favorite blue. I don't know why I'm feeling so chatty with you guys, but yeah, maybe I'm already picking up on your energy. Let's get started with your reading about what your inner teen would like you to know. As always, I have all of your oracle cards pre-shuffled right here. I will also be live shuffling the tarot for you, but let's get started with these 3 cards here first. So we have Othala, we have pleasure, and we have drink tea. Okay. Okay, group number 2. Something that I'm picking up for you guys is that maybe you guys are like a little bit spiritual, like maybe a little bit more spiritual than the average person. Or maybe what I'm also picking up from you guys, I don't know, I'm picking up a very like a zen, calm energy from you guys. So I don't know if that is your energy. Are you into yoga or meditation, or are you just a very calm person in general, someone who's very poised, someone very put together, very soft spoken? Maybe you don't scream a lot, maybe you don't enjoy loud places. Yeah, like the quintessential Pinterest clean girl is what I'm picking up on, you know, like a very minimalistic kind of a person. Someone who likes maybe browns, whites, beige, that kind of energy. Someone who enjoys reading, drinking tea or coffee, just taking aesthetic pictures. I don't know, I'm picking up Libra vibes from you guys. Are you guys Librans by any chance? I don't know, that's just an energy that I'm picking up from you guys. But I think what your inner teen is wanting you to know, group number 2, is that first of all, they're very proud of you. They're very proud of how far you have come. They see all of the work that you have done, maybe some shadow work, maybe work with parenting your inner child, maybe some other inner work you have done. Maybe you're constantly someone who's trying to better yourself or improve yourself. Maybe you like listening to you know, podcasts about spirituality. Maybe you like reading self-help books and you implement that in your own life, and you're trying to better yourself at every point. You're trying to learn and grow and be better, and that is something that your inner teen wants you to know. First of all, that they're very proud of you for doing that, group number 2. They're very proud of you for setting healthier boundaries, for working on boundaries. I feel like maybe what they're trying to say is that as a teenager, maybe you didn't have such good boundaries, or maybe you weren't someone who like thought about your own needs or thought about your own self. Maybe you were a little bit too selfless, maybe you were a little bit too giving for your own good, and they see that you have done that work on yourself and that you're getting better at setting healthier boundaries, and that you no longer are someone who is constantly helping others or being there for others at the expense of your own mental health, or at the expense of your own maybe needs or wants or desires. Okay, I think you're getting better at saying no, and that is something your inner teen is very proud of you for. If you feel like that is something that you're currently on the journey of, like maybe that's something that you would still like to be better at, then this is just encouragement from your inner teen to keep going. Okay, something that your inner teen also wants you to know is to make some more time for yourself. Okay, focusing more on things that bring you pleasure is something that can also help you on this journey. Okay, and something else that this will help you in, a different journey that this can help you in, is if some of you have been trying to maybe improve relationships with your family, with your culture, with your roots. Maybe you're trying to find out more about your roots. Maybe you're at a stage where you are no longer embarrassed about your roots or about your culture or about your traditions. And that's something that your inner teen just wants you to know, that they are very happy that that's something that you're working on, and that they're encouraging you to go forward on that journey. Because maybe as teenagers, this was a part of yourself that you shut out and you didn't feel good about it, but you felt like that was something that you had to do in order to fit in, or in order to make friends, or in order to be liked, or in order to be in the popular gang. Okay, maybe you had to hide parts of yourself, or change parts of yourself, or abandon parts of yourself. Maybe you had to bring down your walls, in the sense that maybe you had to make your boundaries flexible, or have non-existent boundaries in order to be liked. And your inner teen always knew that they were uncomfortable doing that, but they still did it, and that is something that they feel bad about and a little bit guilty about. But what they're seeing, when they see you working on that part of yourself and being more self-aware and being more loud and proud about where you're from and who you are, that makes your inner teen very happy. It almost feels like your inner teen is able to forgive themselves for abandoning a part of themselves and their culture or their roots or something in their past, or just abandon themselves even. Okay, maybe in a lot of situations you had to abandon your own self, like your intuition was telling you to do something, but then you went against it and did something that was expected of you out of your peers, or that you thought was at that time considered cool, or that's how you're going to make friends. But yeah, your inner teen is being able to forgive that part of themselves forever, choosing to not be true to themselves. And when they see you stepping into a place, into an era where you are just so authentically true to yourself, that makes them very proud and very happy. And yeah, that is something that they want you to know. So let's get some more messages. I mean, they are very proud of you, and they definitely, like up until now, are just encouraging you and letting you know that you are on the right path and you're doing something that they wish they could do. Like if they could go back in time and be a teenager again, like they wouldn't make these same mistakes, is what I can get here. So yeah, there's a lot of appreciation. There's like this feeling of gratitude that your inner teen has towards you for working on those issues, so that they are able to forgive themselves, so that they don't feel so guilty about their past mistakes anymore. So yeah, that's what I can see. Let's now live shuffle the Good Karma Tarot to find out what else your inner teen would like to tell you. Group number 2. Okay, so we have 3 of coins. We have the 7 of coins, right? We have temperance. And we have the 4 of coins. All right. Bottom deck energy is the Knight of Swords. They're calling you a warrior. They're calling you a champion. And we have the Magician as well. They're very proud of how far you have come. They're very proud of all of the work that you have done, and they're very excited to see where you're going to go in the future, how much more growth you can have, and how much more of, like, you know, I guess abundance you're going to manifest into your life. They're very excited to be a part of your journey. They're very excited to see where this journey goes. That is something that I'm picking up on. With Temperance, I definitely feel like, yeah, there is this very angelic quality about you, group number 2. I just feel like, like in my mind, I'm just seeing someone who's so spiritual, someone who's like chakras are aligned, someone who's just living their best life in the most, like they're living a soft life. That's what I see you as. Like, you're someone who's living a very soft life. And to me, you know, in my mind, a soft life looks like a life of comfort, looks like a life where you have everything that you want, everything you need, and you're very content with what you want and what you need. You have goals and desires that you would very much like to achieve. But at the moment, what you are and where you are and what you have is something that is not making you sad or depressed, or it's not upsetting you, it's not you know, something that you can't wait to run away from. This is something that you're very happy, you're very content with life, with where you are in life right now. That's the feeling that I'm getting from you guys is reading, group number 2. I'm also seeing here that your inner teen wants you to know that if you have been working with people on any project, you will soon begin to see the results of that. You will soon begin to see this project come to fruition. Maybe there's something that you have been working on, and yeah, your inner teen just wants you to know that yeah, this project is coming to fruition. What you have been working towards is definitely, like, it's going to be harvest season soon for you, is something that I'm picking up on. What they're also encouraging you to do is to not keep this knowledge to yourself. They're wanting you to share your knowledge, share your ideas, not go too much into a hermit mode where you are living a life where you feel like you're happy and content and you're living in like a little bubble, and you know, maybe not like you are happy, you are content, and like you're not maybe speaking up for someone, or maybe you are trying to stay away from some part of society in order to keep your mental health in check, or to keep your own peace of mind. Maybe like you're holding back on certain things so that you don't lose track of where you want to go, or so that you don't lose the progress that you have been making. But what they want you to know is that you are safe. You are safe to express your own thoughts and your own opinions, especially when it comes to working with other people. Okay, you don't have to be a very go with the flow kind of a person all the time. Sometimes you can be assertive, sometimes you can be the leader, and sometimes you can be the follower. Okay, that's the whole point of like a tempered, balanced life, right? Sometimes we're the ones who come up with the good ideas, and sometimes we're the ones who are just applauding other people for their good ideas, and we're just following through with somebody else's idea. We're just doing what we're told. Okay, a good balance between doing what we're told and doing what we want to do. That is something that your inner teen is just like a slight advice that's coming out for you. So like if you are almost like, you know, feeling like my life right now is perfect and I just need to live in this little bubble where I am safe and protected, and this is my life and this is my aesthetic, they're asking you that once in a while it's completely fine for you to step out of your comfort zone and be maybe not so soft spoken, maybe not be so meek, or maybe not be so like just a go with the flow kind of a person. Sometimes you can you know, assert your ideas and expect people to follow your ideas, or you know, acknowledge your ideas as well. So that's something that I am seeing, because at the end of the day, when this project comes to fruition, I feel like what your inner teen wants you to know is that you know, if you're too go with the flow, if you're just being a yes person, like, you know, just saying yes to everything, in the end result you might not be able to see parts of your own identity in this project. It might become something that completely is a reflection of other people in the project, and that's what they want you to know, especially if you're working in a group setting. In terms of anything, they want you to know that, you know, your voice also matters, because at the end of the day you also want to be able to see parts of you reflecting in the work that you're doing. And this could be something very big in terms of like work. Maybe you're working on suppose a magazine, okay, and in the magazine maybe there are a couple of articles and a couple of pictures that you have taken and that were your input, and you know, anybody who would see that picture or anybody who would read that article would see your name there and would automatically know that it's from you. And like, you know, if loved ones saw that, they could see reflections of you. They can read an article and be like, yes, this is written by our daughter, or yes, this is written by my girlfriend, or yes, this is written by my friend. Yeah, like you want your work to be a reflection of you in some places too, right? Because it's not just a magazine run by you, it's a team effort. So everybody should be like, everyone should have a voice in it, everyone should have a say in it, everyone should have their own personality reflect in it, okay? So it could be something like that, or it could also be like, you know, you standing up for you know, people around you, or you maybe voting for someone who would bring in the change. So technically you, like, you might think that I'm playing a very small role in getting this person to power, because all I have just done is cast my vote to them, and this person is the one who did all the work, and this is the person who, you know, has implemented these laws or these rules that have changed things. But your one vote is what put them in that power, right? So don't underestimate your potential. Don't think that you are just one person and it's okay if like my ideas are not taken on board, or like, oh, I mean, it's a group project, how much can one person change anything, or how much can one person impact upon like one project that so many people are involved in, right? Like that's not the attitude they want you to have. They want you to have an attitude of like, sometimes it's okay for me to be assertive, and if I'm not going to compromise on my work, then I'm not going to do that, and that's like a boundary that I'm setting for myself. Yeah, so for example, maybe this could be, again, going to that whole magazine example, maybe a picture that was taken by you, your editor-in-chief maybe wants to give credit for that to another person, or maybe a picture that was taken by you wants to be like, instead of that being attached to your article, it's being attached to somebody else's article, and somebody else is getting credit for it. That's where you say no. I mean, it doesn't matter whether I'm going to lose an opportunity here of having my photos published in your magazine. If I want it published next to my name, next to my article, then that's just how it's going to be. I want credit for everything that I am putting my work towards. Yeah, so I think it's time for you to now stand up and take credit for how far you have come, for all of the work that you have put in whatever aspect of life that is, whether that's like personal growth, whether that's professional growth, wherever there is growth happening, it is time for you to start taking credit for those things. So that's what I can see for you guys, group number 2. I think overall your reading was quite nice. It's just like one little bit of advice that your inner teen wants to give you. So yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this reading. I hope it resonated with you. If it did, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Leave me a nice comment. Subscribe to my channel for more readings from me, and I'll see you all in my next one. Bye guys. Hi group 3, welcome to your reading. You guys chose the pink rose quartz heart, so let's get into your reading. As always, I have all of your oracle cards pre-shuffled right here, and I'll be starting off with these to find out what your inner teen wants you to know, and then I'm also going to be live shuffling tarot for you guys. So starting off with these cards here, we have manas, we have healing, and we have spend time with friends. Okay, immediately for you guys, group number 3, what I'm picking up on is that your inner teen wants you to know that they maybe missed out on a couple of opportunities to make friends or to have like a community when they were teenagers. Maybe you were people who didn't have friends growing up, or maybe you weren't allowed to go to parties, or you weren't really allowed to go to concerts, sleepovers. Maybe like you had a curfew while all of your other friends didn't, which is why it also stopped you from going to like social events, socializing, making friends. But I feel like that is something that your inner teen wants you to heal. Okay, that part of you that maybe grew up with no friends, or maybe feeling like there's something wrong with you and that's why you don't have friends. I feel like what your inner teen wants you to know is that now as an adult, you can do whatever you want to. You can have more than 2 friends, you can go out whenever you'd like to. You can, you probably also have money now to spend on yourself, spend on social gatherings. It's completely normal for you to have more than 2 friends, is what your inner teen is wanting to tell you. Maybe you're an extrovert who only has 2 friends, because maybe it was difficult for you to make friends because there were maybe growing up, or maybe when you were a teenager, you had responsibilities towards your family, or maybe you had some sort of like problems with money, or maybe there were a lot of like there was maybe like tutoring or something that you had to go through. So like that kind of stopped you from having friends, or that kind of hindered you from having like a social group. When you felt like all of these other people are hanging out at a certain spot, you had to maybe go for like maths tuitions, or maybe that was when you had to go and take up another job because there were financial issues at home. Maybe that was the time where you had to, take care of your younger siblings, take care of family. Maybe that kind of like feeling of like missing out on these core teenage experiences is what your teenager really misses. And I think you have grown into an adult feeling like you have 2 friends, but you don't go out with those friends a lot, or like, maybe you feel like you would like to go out and make more friends than you already have, or maybe you would like to go out and socialize now as an adult. And that is your teenage self telling you and encouraging you to start doing that. Okay, it's never too late to make new friends. Okay, you can make new friends at any age, at any stage in your life. They're kind of encouraging you to go to places where you can make new friends, where you can meet new people, where you can meet like-minded people. Okay, join groups, join classes, go to like festivals in and around your city. Just go to places where there's like an opportunity for like a social gathering for you to make new friends. Go to places like that is what your inner teen wants you to do as an adult. Okay, they kind of want to live through your adult self vicariously is what I'm picking up on. I'm gonna now live shuffle the Good Karma Tarot to find out more information about what your inner teen wants you to know, group number 3. I definitely feel like they are encouraging you to go out more, to meet more people, to, you know, join groups, reach out to people, even if that means you're DMing someone and you feel like, hey, maybe, you know, let's get to know each other, let's catch up for a cup of coffee or something like that. If there's like a friend that you have lost in touch with, get back in touch with them. There are a lot of apps now on your phone that also are dedicated to you finding platonic friendships. It doesn't really have to end in like a date. So yeah, that's also something that you could do. But yeah, let's find out what else your inner teen wants you to do in order to make more friends. Let's just find out what else they want to let you know. So we have the Hierophant. Okay. We have the Knight of Wands. Okay. We have 3 of Swords and the 7 of Wands. Right. Bottom deck energy is the 9 of Wands. I think there's just a lot of stress and a lot of worry in your life of like, will people like you? Will people think you're weird? Will people think you're a loner? What will people's opinions be about you? And I think that is something that kind of maybe hinders you from having conversations with new people or making new friends. Maybe you like to stay in hermit mode because yeah, you just feel like that way no one can hurt you. Maybe in the past you've had some bad experiences with friends. Maybe friends have betrayed you. Maybe they've hurt you. Maybe you felt like these people have turned against you. You know, people who called you their friends have backstabbed you or have taken advantage of you, and that maybe you don't really have a group of friends who you can call true, authentic friends. I think what your inner teen is trying to tell you is that maybe people who have hurt you in your past were just karmic, connections. They weren't people who were meant to be your friends for a very long time, or maybe they weren't good friends to you, okay? I think what your inner teen is also trying to tell you is that your soul tribe is out there. I feel like your inner teen, without giving you too much of a spoiler, wants you to know that you still haven't met your soul family, and maybe that's why you feel like there are people in your life currently who don't really fit in the definition of friends that you have, okay? Maybe there are people who you feel like you have to protect yourself from. Like if you were your true authentic self, maybe they would make fun of you, or maybe they would take advantage of you in some way, or maybe they would leave you alone or abandon you, which is why I feel like even with friends that you currently have, you have like quite high boundaries. Like I feel like maybe you're the kind of people who have had friends for like 7 years, 8 years, but these friends still don't know everything about you, or you're still not predictable to these friends, or you're still someone who has secrets from these friends, okay? Maybe there's like a big part of your life that you have kept hidden from these friends because you're scared of judgment, or because you feel like these people don't believe in the same things, so maybe I can't tell them that this is something I'm interested in because then they would judge me, or they would make fun of me, or they would think I am a sad, desperate loner, or they would think that I am weird. Whatever it is, I feel like, yeah, the friends that you currently have are maybe not meant to be in your life for a very long time, and the friends that you are meant to have in your life for a long time, your soul tribe, are people you have yet to meet, and you can meet them in a place of maybe like a place where like-minded people meet. So maybe like through a hobby, through like school, college that is specific to one kind of skill, like maybe through a hobby or a talent is what I am picking up on. I feel like people in your soul tribe, in your soul family, have the same interests as you. They're probably the same age as you as well, and they probably are closer to you than your current friends are, in the sense that they're closer to you in maybe how much you have in common with each other. Yeah, that's something that I'm picking up on. So you could be meeting someone through like a class. So suppose, you know, you have really always wanted to join a dance class, okay? Say dance is something that you really enjoy, and maybe your current friends don't like dancing. Maybe they think dancing is I don't know, maybe they think it's not normal, or it's not something that they're interested in, so they assume that you're also not good at it. Or if they saw you dancing, then they would laugh at you, but that is still something that you enjoy. So once you join the dance class, I feel like you'll be meeting other people who also enjoy dancing, right? Who also enjoy the same things that you do, and that's where you might meet your soul tribe. Or you might meet your soul tribe, like I said, through an app, through Instagram, through like, you know, places where you can meet, where there's like a lot of social activity happening, where there's like festivals, concerts, in a class, while you're on a hike, while you're outdoors. I mean, there's multiple, I think, avenues through which you could meet your soul tribe, is what your inner teen is wanting to tell you. That there's so many people out there. There's not just one or two friends. I feel like this is a group of people out there that's waiting to be your friend, and that's literally your soul family, and that they will be there for you through thicks and thins of life, and you know, they will qualify as friends. Yeah, in your life specifically, these are people you will be able to have conversations with. These are people you'll be able to have fun with. These are people who will also instigate some sort of healing in your life. Yeah, these are people who you can go to for advice. These are people who can come to you for advice. Yeah, I feel like you're still yet to meet your soul tribe, group number 3. That is really something that your inner teen is wanting to like tell you, that it's not late. It's not too late for you to make friends. No matter how old you think you are, there are still people out there who are wanting to be your friend. There is still a lot of healing that these people can bring into your life. You can have long lasting, good, healthy friendships in your life, is what your inner teen is wanting to tell you, group number 3. I don't want to end your reading here, so let me just get you a few extra cards, because all the other groups have a much longer reading than yours, group number 3. So like, let's just get you some extra cards. Let's find out more about your soul family, maybe how, when, where you will meet them. Oh, we have the 9 of Wands again. Okay, let's find out more information about when, where, how will you meet them. Okay, you could meet them through like a help group, a group where people meet to talk about things. So like group therapy or something is where you could meet your friends. While traveling, through your work as well, you could meet friends. Yeah, and also while you're on vacation, you could meet your soul tribe. That is also something that I'm picking up on with the World card. You could also meet your soul tribe once you have maybe gotten like a promotion or something. Like if you've achieved something big when it comes to your work, something significant when it comes to your work, like once you've reached like a milestone, once you've closed a chapter in your life, any kind of chapter, whether you've moved, whether you have broken up with someone, I feel like you have completed a very significant chapter in your life, and that's when you are going to meet your soul tribe. group number 3. Let's get 2 more cards for you. We have the Empress. Ooh, okay. And we have the 6 of Cups. Oh my god, 6 of Cups is like a major nostalgia, like a past life connection, kind of a connection or a relationship. So these are definitely, yeah, your soul tribe are people that you have probably shared past lives with. You will meet them and you will instantly get along with them. You will feel like we've known each other forever, even though we've only been talking for 3 hours. There's so much that we can talk to each other about and stuff like that, is how you will feel. With the 6 of Cups, I also feel like you could meet your soul tribe through your siblings also, or your childhood friends, maybe like a friend who you know lost touch with. Maybe that friend is gonna come back into your life. Bottom deck energy is the Ace of Cups. Ooh, yes. So dating apps are also maybe somewhere that you could find your soul tribe. Maybe you will go on a date and you will realize that the person you're on a date with, you're better off as friends, and they will also feel that way about you, and that's how you are going to, you know, form a friendship. And that will always be like a funny story to, you know, tell to people that we actually met on a date, but we decided that we would be better off as friends, and we hit it off with each other really well. And yeah, so that's also something that is possible for you guys. With the Empress, I also feel like you could make these new friends through your mother. Maybe your mother will introduce you to these people, or your child will introduce you to these people. So you know how I was saying that it's never too late for you to make friends. Maybe you are a mother, maybe you have a child, and you feel like now it's too late for me to make new friends, but through your children you could maybe make friends with other mummies, and that's how you're going to find your soul tribe. But with the Empress, what I'm also picking up on is you could find your soul tribe when you're just pursuing a passion, while you are maybe starting a new business, or you are maybe giving birth and then you join a class there, and that's how you make friends. Or you're just like joining a business, or you've joined a course, you're like following some sort of passion of yours, where you are like, it's a creative passion that you're following, and that's where you're meeting like-minded people. Maybe your clients end up becoming your friends, maybe your you know, employers end up being your friends. That is also something that I'm picking up on. So yeah, I definitely feel like there is scope and potential here for a lot of love, a lot of healing, a lot of friendship in your life, from not just one person but from like a group of people. And you also chose the rose quartz heart, which is a crystal of healing and self-love and love. There is a lot of healthy friendships in your life that are coming into your life, and that there is a potential in your life for these healthy relationships, these healthy platonic friendships to exist and thrive. Yeah, so I think now I can end your reading, group number 3. I hope you've enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what you thought about it. Was this helpful in any way or not? Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Consider subscribing to my channel for more readings from me if you like my energy, if you like my style of doing readings, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye guys.